Good afternoon, Renegade Traders. This is Justin Thompson, founder of Renegade Trading Group. I just wanted to, obviously, I did very well today with the trading, mostly going long. The market really wanted to go up today, so I just went with the direction of the market for the most part. I did take a few shorts that also worked out. Took a few shorts that didn't work, so lost a little on those, but came out ahead overall. Right now, the market is in a bit of an uptrend. You can see we are trying to recover from the coronavirus plummet. But I'm a little concerned today just because of how this candle looks today. So this is called a doji. If you're not familiar, usually represents a period of indecision. So it went down today, it went up today, and overall it didn't really do much. Finished up close to where it started, about 6 points. So I know the cash market did a little better than that today, up 39 overall, but that's because this gapped up from here to here, so that's what made the up move today. But looking at all the indexes, depending on what platform and version you're looking at, there's a lot of dojis out there. When you look at the S&P, the NASDAQ, and the Dow, they're not all represented on this platform that well. But I can show you a number of times. One time in particular, I was pretty concerned about. There's one right there, a big move down, doji, and then start the move up. So if you remember, in October of 2018, when the market started this big 2-month drop, this one right here, October 1st, 2018, that doji right there, and this was an all-time high at the time, made a little drop, came back up to retest the high. It didn't make it all the way to the top. It wasn't until 2 days later. But when that doji right there formed off of that level of supply right there, I was pretty concerned about the market at the end of that day after the close when I looked at the charts. So had a little tiny move down the next day, formed another doji, and this was really a move up this day. It opened higher and finished down from where it opened, but from where it closed this day to where it closed that day, it was actually up a little. But it was another doji, and it did go all the way up almost to the very top of that all-time high, formed the doji. My worries had not been squelched at all. I was still pretty concerned, and when we broke the trend that had been forming over the last few months, I knew for sure things were headed south. So, not that big of a down move. Wasn't until October the 10th. So I was worried right here on October the 1st. You can see at the bottom the date there, October 1st, 2018. And when I put it on that candle, October the 10th, I think that was one of only a few days where the Dow dropped like 1,000 points. That seems to be a regular occurrence that we get 1,000+ point move here lately, up or down. But prior to this, there wasn't very many at all. So let's go to the 4-hour. So that's just because that's how I drew this trend line. So there is another trend line. If you started from the bottom, connected these. So I got rid of one of my lines that I drew earlier, just so that you could see things better on the daily, because that line cut right through the middle of the doji candle. So, but this was my supply zone that I had drawn for today, a pretty nice looking 4-hour supply zone. So it came up just above the middle of it at the high of today. Didn't quite make it all the way to the top. Did make it right to the top of this candle right here that really initiated the down move, so that's not surprising in the least. 28.10. So this uptrend right now, of course, is still intact. So I could be completely wrong. We could have a big up move tomorrow. This is for my disclaimer, this is for educational purposes only. But this is a pretty nice supply zone. We formed a daily doji candle in it. If we break this uptrend, say we get below this, very much below 27.29 on the S&P futures tomorrow, I'd be looking to at least go down to this next trend line in the 2550 to 2600 area. And if and when that one breaks, I'm probably going to retest the lows down here. So I was reading an article today about the average length of bear markets and how things ebb and flow with, so that like some people are thinking that the bear market's over. This could just be a bear market rally. So after this big move down, we had this pretty significant rally up into some supply and then come back down. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen again. This market is very difficult to predict what it's going to do at this moment, but this I mean, if it continues up, this 3100 area is another place that I'm looking at as a potential supply area that we could get a big drop off of. Now that's almost back all the way up to the high. You know, if your IRA has been in stocks this whole time and we make it back up to there, that might be where you consider getting out for a little bit, seeing what it's going to do for a week or two before you get back in, if it does continue going up. If we get a big drop back down into here, go back in. So this is a gap. Just an area that the stock market usually will react to. So you can, not sure what happened there. Let's see. Obviously, I wasn't very good on my data input that time. All right, 240 minute for 90 days. So this gap right here, if it makes it to there, usually a good place to short it from. maybe at the somewhere around 29.55. Sometimes it goes up to the top of the candle around the 29.72 mark. So that's what I'm looking at right now in the market. Again, if it starts breaking these supply areas and keeps going up, you'll want to continue being long until it starts showing weakness. Right now, there's a lot of strength in the market. A lot of people are buying the big dip that we've had, the big drop. So like I say, today I got on board with them and took it up and enjoyed some nice profits for the day. But I'm going to be a little more cautious going into tomorrow. We'll see how the overnight shapes up, how it's looking tomorrow morning, if we're breaking this trend line or if we're breaking the supply zone and it's trying to push higher. I will adjust and react to whatever it's doing in order to make some money tomorrow. You know what? I will not either, because tomorrow is Good Friday and the market's not going to be open. So we're talking about Sunday night, Monday morning, when we do all this. So I completely forgot by tomorrow being Good Friday and the market being closed, including the futures markets tomorrow. So anyway, take everything that I said and keep it in mind. If you trade the evening hours on the futures market, then Sunday night, you can keep those things in mind. Monday morning, when I start looking at it, we'll see what it did overnight and adjust from there. Be safe out there. The market is wild and crazy. It will take your money quick. So wait patiently for the best trades that you can find. Take care.